If you've got your microeconomics final exam coming up and you're kind of screwed for it, this is day 8 of reviewing everything you need to know for your exam. And we're going to dig into average cost curves. I'm literally going to explain this all to you as fast as possible. All right, first off, the average fixed cost curve. What you really got to know about this is that it is constantly downward sloping because fixed cost is a fixed number. So average fixed cost, as we divide it by more and more units, will exponentially diminish. All right, next up here is average variable cost. The reason that it's a U-shape is because of diminishing marginal returns with the marginal cost curve. We'll get into that in a little bit. Similarly, the average total cost curve will be U-shaped. You'll notice that I tried my best here to have it slowly get closer and closer to the AVC curve. That's because the difference between these two curves, average total cost and average variable cost, is always supposed to equal the average fixed cost at that point. Did my best to do that impromptu here on this graph, but make sure you do your best to emulate that when you're drawing on your exam. Hey, real quick, if you're absolutely screwed for this test and need me to walk you through everything, I can actually do that with you in 2 hours. Go on my site and enter your email to unlock all 95 of my concept breakdowns that step-by-step walk you through everything you need to know. They're kind of like just short TikTok clips that just get to the core of what you need to know. So if that's something that would help you, go to my site and check it out. All right, now for the marginal cost curve. This one's really important, and whenever you're drawing it, make sure it intersects the AVC and ATC curves at their minimum points. I'm gonna just estimate here and judge that the minimum points occur right here. So my marginal cost curve, I'll do my best here, has to intersect them at those minimum points. The conceptual reason why is because this curve represents the added cost of every unit. At the start, we're gonna see it decreasing, but then it will sharply rise due to diminishing marginal returns. This means that every unit is getting more and more expensive. And that's why we see once the marginal cost curve surpasses these AVC and ATC curves, the curves follow it. Because every next unit is getting more and more expensive than the previous average variable or average total cost, thus dragging the rest of the curve up with it. Okay, I want to go through a quick scenario with you before wrapping up here. I want us to consider at 5 units what the total variable cost is. Well, at 5 units, we're going to go up and hit our AVC curve right here, corresponding to a price of $4. Please do not just enter 4 as your answer here, because remember, we're considering total cost. So we gotta do $4 times 5 units to get a total variable cost of 20 at 5 units of production. This would work the same for the average total cost and average fixed cost curves. If you gotta get the total dollar amount, multiply it against the units. But for marginal cost, it doesn't work like that. If we were asked what the marginal cost of our 5th unit was, well, we'd go up from 5, hit the marginal cost curve corresponding to a marginal cost of $1. In other words, this 5th unit added $1 to our total cost.